the journey that you have been on, and then the emotional intel that you already had and that you've improved on, it's testament that you really walk your talk. My question to you, Gav, is that how do you reach out and just get through to students like that?
Well, I've worked in some of the roughest schools in Yorkshire when I first started my career. I won't even go into the details, but horrendous situations. It's very clear that the children who are screaming the most, and causing the most disruption in the room are the ones who need the most love. That's the truth. When a child is causing disruption in the class, there's a clear reason why that is. And that's because they want you to notice them. They're saying, notice me, please, right? I need to be noticed. I need to be acknowledged that I'm here and I need a place, and whatever my place is, it doesn't matter. If my place is the naughty kid, that's fine. If my place is the bully, that's fine. Just give me a place in this society, in this room. I need to feel that I fit. And you, as the teacher, you have the power to steer that ship where it needs to be. So, for example, you've got a child in class who's calling out the whole time. And, we can go to extreme circumstances of throwing chairs and whatnot, which are more severe. But you've got a child who's calling out or interrupting all the time and being disruptive in your class. You have a choice as the teacher. And I've been in this situation myself. I've seen the magic. It doesn't take too long. You have a choice. You can give them attention for doing the wrong thing continuously. And what they will do is they'll say, every time I do that thing wrong, the teacher acknowledges me and says, Thomas, can you stop doing that? Thomas, Thomas, Thomas. And all they hear is, I am being acknowledged. Someone knows I exist. They are recognizing my existence and my place in this classroom. It takes a lot of patience, this part, but you have to, at some point, flip the lid and steer the ship in the direction. And what you do at that point is you go, I'm going to get this child who clearly wants me to notice him, but I'm going to start noticing him for the right reasons. So the minute he does or she does something which is the tiniest bit correct, whether it's writing a letter F and you say, everybody put down your pencils, please, no talking, I have something to say. And the kid said, what is it? In 25 years of working in teaching, I've never, ever seen an F this perfect. This is the perfect F. And then little Tommy, kind of in disbelief, looks around going, oh my God, like everyone is looking at me. The teacher is talking about me, but because I did something right. It doesn't matter what it is. And then at the end of that lesson, you say to him, hey, Tommy, by the way, that was a beautiful F. I've never seen an F like that. If you can do another one tomorrow, that would be amazing. Now, you watch tomorrow morning. He'll be the first one to school, little Tommy, the first one to the door. He'll be the first one to do an F and show you it straight away. Look what I've done. That's amazing. And then you just have to build on that. That's an amazing sentence. I love the way you were this morning. I love the way you were kind. Before you know it, you've turned them all around. I mean, I've worked in those schools. Where it's a horror and you're like, God, I just want to walk out of here. Like, this is a nightmare. Why can't they all just be quiet? But it's boring when everyone's quiet. And number two, that's your job. Like, your job is to get these kids on the right path. Education is not just about maths and English, science, and getting a grade A. Education is about learning how to live. Like, this is how to be. I'm going to show you how to be. Here you go. And then later down the track, you tell him, and I've done this, you tell little Tommy, you say, do you remember 6 months ago, Tommy, when you were always in trouble? And little Tommy says, yeah, I do. And I said, well, do you know what we did? And he said, yeah. I said, well, you started to do the good things for the right reasons. How do you feel? Do you feel better? And he'll say, I feel a lot better now. And you say, because being good makes you feel good. You're designed in that way. And when you're bad, when you do things wrong, you don't feel good, do you? And they can reflect upon that. And, but it takes a certain teacher who's willing to put the time in and the effort and the perseverance, like I talked about before, the patience and the care. And it's an interesting parallel because you need a principal who supports his executive, who supports his teachers, who supports the kids. And if you've got the top, if top's about dictatorship, it filters down to a fact when it's the teacher goes, you'll do what I say. And if you don't do what I say, you're out. And I would never, when I took over this school, I got all the teachers in the classroom in my office and I said, rule number one, and there's only one rule, you don't send a kid out of your class ever. And the child is never wrong. Off you go, guys, that's the meeting over. And they all came back like, what do you mean? They're never wrong. I said, well, it's never their fault. It's learned behavior from somewhere else. They're either having troubles at home, it's in history, they've had some trauma, or it's your fault.
Wow.
They're the three problems. And so we need to figure out why. And, you know, we had a bit of kickback, but ultimately it's not their fault. You know, everything that they know is learned behavior. So we have to acknowledge that.